Hello everyone, welcome to another Quad Education Test Prep Fundamentals video. My name is Tom, and today we're talking about what you might at face value think is a very serious physics or math topic. But like with many things in this test, when you look at it the right way, it's actually pretty simple and kind of silly. So that topic is vectors, so let's take a look. Okay, we're talking about vectors today, which if you ask me sounds pretty complicated, but it's really not that bad. So the idea of a vector is it's effectively the net directionality of two different forces that are at right angles to one another. So, probably in advanced physics, this has 3 dimensions, but here we're keeping it pretty simple. We're only ever going to do 2 dimensions. So in order to make this clear, first we want to review the distance formula. So previously we've talked about this very long time ago. The distance formula is basically when you have one point and another point, you want to find the distance between those 2 points. The way that you do it is basically you figure out how far over and how far up, and that's a right angle because it's an x and a y, and then you basically have the hypotenuse here. You have an a, a b, and a c, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So that's the proof, basically, that one and the other, one direction and another direction, nets out a diagonal direction. And so the way that vectors work is they basically keep those 2 items separate. So the way that I like to talk about this is overs and up downs, because it sounds really silly and it keeps it really simple. So we talked about something like this. The over vector here would be like, let's say that this is from, I don't know, -2 and then 1. Let's say over here, this is like, let's say 4 and then 7. And we would say that the b vector here would be going over from 2 to 4, which is 6. And then our up vector would also be 6. It would be 1 to 7. And so we want to talk about, this is effectively what a vector is. We like to use these spiky brackets to look like this, but this is basically what a vector is in general. If we were going backwards, it would be a negative value. So if we were going from here over that way, it would be back 6 and down 6. And so we're going to keep this lesson pretty short today and keep it pretty simple, because this, like so many things, is something that I feel is overtaught, or at least as it applies to the ACT, where this will appear. You really don't have to get that much about it, just that it's the overs and up downs, and that's pretty okay. And so the way that you'll see vectors written as either in this AI plus BJ format or AB. And so the AI plus BJ format is just to say we'll have something like 3i minus 6j. And all that would mean would be to the left 3 and down 6. And if we were to talk about our spiky brackets format, that would just be 3 negative 6. And so every once in a while, they'll sort of ask you to, combine vectors, and that works pretty much exactly how you'd expect it to. So if you had a vector that was 4, say -4, 5, and you had to add that to another vector that was like 3, 10, the overs would combine. So we have -4 and 3 to give a net overage of back 1, because -4 plus 3 is -1. And then we have combining our ups to get 5 and 10 to get 15. And so that, I'm sure you can see, is pretty okay and almost appealing if you were to see it in context, because often these are deep in the math section. Okay, that's wrapping it up for the instructional part of this video. Let's go ahead and do our example problems. We have our first one here. Go ahead and see what you can do with this one. So here we have vectors A, B, and C, and they say, here they are. In general, what's going to happen when we have A, subtract B from that, and add C to it? So you can do a lot of eyeballing with this one, and if you want to get like vague values to it, and maybe that can help. So we look at A, pretty much what that is like over none and up like, let's say 10. Then B here is like over 1 and up like 5. And C here is over, let's say 4 and up none. We basically need to combine these things. So A minus B, that's going to leave us with, so if we have 1 minus the other, that's going to give us -1 for our net overage because we're 0 minus 1, and then 10 minus 5 is 5, and then we're going to add c to that, so -4 plus -1 plus 4 is net over of 3, and 5 plus 0 is going to be 5. So basically those combine to be a vector that's going to kind of look like over this way and then up that way, so something like that. And if you really just keep that thinking really simple like I've done here and make up some nice numbers, this doesn't really get that confusing because you can see that this is to the right and up, which is our first answer. Okay, now moving on to our second practice problem. This is more of a grid in. See how you do with this one. Okay, so we're summing some vectors here. I'm just going to kind of rewrite these on top of each other so that we can add them more efficiently. 7 and a -20. I'm just going to add all these together. So 2 plus 7 is 9, minus 3 is 6, and 4 plus 10 is 14, minus 20 is going to be -6. So really not that bad, even though it's pretty intimidating potentially verbiage. It's a pretty straightforward topic. Okay, that's it for this video. Remember, with vectors, it's really just overs and up downs. And remember that the way the vector works is the first part is how far left or right we go, and the second part is how far up and down we go. And that's basically just a coordinate plane explained with a couple of numbers. So if you found this material useful, I hope that you will like and share the video and subscribe to Quad Education. If you require any sort of tutoring, please reach out to us. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.